My 2-week trip to Bangkok was supposed to be a simple getaway, just exploring the city, enjoying the food, and getting a taste of a new culture. But from the moment I landed, it felt like Bangkok had other plans for me. On the first night, after a long flight, my friend Sarah and I checked into our hotel, and immediately, things started going wrong. Our city view room turned out to have a lovely view of a wall. Sarah decided to head down to the lobby to see if they could move us, but just as she was leaving, she bumped into a tall, handsome stranger. His name was Aaron, and he was also in Bangkok for 2 weeks, solo and looking for company. We hit it off, and he ended up joining us for dinner. It seemed innocent enough, until the next day when he suddenly started tagging along to everything we did: temple visits, markets, even a cooking class. About 3 days in, things started to feel strange. Aaron seemed to have a connection with everyone, from locals who ran the tuk-tuks to the owners of the street stalls. Sarah and I figured he must be a regular visitor, but he was also acting strangely possessive, to the point where he'd get annoyed if we made plans that didn't involve him. One night, we went out to a rooftop bar. I noticed Aaron seemed distracted, constantly looking over his shoulder and making vague excuses to leave his seat. When we finally asked what was going on, he said he was dealing with a personal matter, but wouldn't go into detail. Sarah was visibly annoyed by now. She'd hoped for a carefree trip, and Aaron's strange behavior was stressing her out. The next day, Sarah finally confronted him. She told him we'd like to spend some time exploring on our own. Aaron didn't take it well. He stormed off, muttering something about not being left out. We shrugged it off, figuring that was the end of it. But later that night, as we were walking back to our hotel, Aaron showed up outside our hotel, saying he wanted to apologize. He handed Sarah a small bracelet he said was blessed by a monk. She accepted it to keep the peace, but something felt off. The following days were filled with more small, unsettling incidents. Our hotel room was moved yet again due to maintenance issues, and this time, it happened to be right across from Aaron's new room. Bangkok, a city of millions, suddenly felt very small. Sarah, who was increasingly uncomfortable, finally decided to remove the bracelet he'd given her. Later, as we were walking through the Chadak market, we spotted Aaron again, following us at a distance. We'd had enough. On our second to last day, we checked out early and moved to a new hotel without telling him. For the first time, we actually relaxed, taking a long boat tour on the Chao Phraya River and wandering through what Aaron at sunset. Just as we were finally feeling at ease, we saw Aaron one last time at the airport, boarding the same flight as us. On the plane, we kept our distance, only offering a polite nod when he walked by. That trip ended up being far more intense than I ever imagined, but Sarah and I still laugh about it now. We learned that in a city as vibrant and mysterious as Bangkok, you never know who you'll meet or how quickly a simple vacation can turn into a thriller.